Hello from the bustling city center of Changsha. This is the capital city of Hunan province, and Hunan cuisine, also known as Xiangcai, is one of the 8 major regional cuisines of China. You may have heard of it before. It's usually mentioned in the same sentence as another word, which is of course spicy, but there is so much more to Hunan cuisine than just spice.
并不是说单纯的辣而已，
我更觉得是一个香的那个感觉。
就把那个香味炒出来。
Hunan cuisine is
Wait,
known
Peter,
for...
what are you doing here?
Well, hashtag sorry not sorry.
So you guys probably know Peter to be our Cantonese food expert, but one thing you may not know about Peter is a large part of your family actually comes from Hunan province, right?
Yep, and I've spent, a lot of time here in Hunan.
So I'm so excited because Peter is going to be our food guide today here in Changsha. So in your opinion, what is Hunan food in a nutshell?
Well, Hunan food is everything.
So Peter's promised me that he's going to explain what he means by that in the course of today's video as we take a deep dive into what is, in my opinion, one of China's most underrated cuisines. Today, we're taking Hunan Food 101. First up, we're visiting this restaurant, the Luobo, which is big and busy enough to warrant a restaurant waiting room. Never before have I been to a restaurant that has like a specific waiting room. I feel like I'm at a train station or something. About an hour and a half of waiting later, our number was called and we were led through this massive indoor-outdoor vibe restaurant to our table in the very back corner.
It's packed.
Peter's taking care of the ordering and as usual, he's doing an amazing job. How vibrant do these dishes look?
By the look of them, I can tell they are really authentic and they're really spicy and I'm probably gonna cry.
We have a bag of your drinks.
Yes, these are all mine.
I've since learned that Peter has a very, very low spice tolerance, but you'll see for yourself soon. I got myself this, which I've already half drunk, so I hope it's not going to be that spicy.
All I'm gonna say is feel a gloop.
Judging by the look of these dishes, I think we're in for some serious pain tomorrow morning. And the first thing that's hitting me is it's just so fragrant. Like the smells coming at me are just like this.
So this one is the famous 辣椒炒肉. So chili peppers stir fried with pork.
Yeah, and they're not subtle about that chili. There is so much chili in there, almost more chili than there is meat.
So in Hunan, it's kind of like, yeah, you want some meat with your chili?
And also look how many chili seeds are in this. Those are the real killers.
Hunan people are no joke on the level of spiciness.
Hunan Food 101, Lesson 1. Hunan food is in fact very spicy. Very tender. It's really tasty. Quite salty. Hunan Food 101, Lesson 2. Because it's quite salty as well as spicy, Hunan food goes perfectly with rice.
That's why they serve us this huge pot
Oh yeah.
of rice.
And actually, we didn't have to order this rice. They just
No.
put it on your table.
You just put it on your table automatically. And actually, one of the concepts that Hunan food has is to go very well with your rice.
This concept in Chinese is called 下饭菜, literally on top of rice food.
These kind of 辣椒炒肉, it is quite spicy.
And
It
salty.
is quite salty.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't really want to eat it all by itself. Oh my god.
You're right. It hit you?
I'm sweating really bad right now.
We're 30 seconds into the video. Peter
Yes.
is sweating. Oh, under the eyes.
This is no joke.
Apparently the reason Hunan food is so spicy is because the climate is very humid, which makes it difficult for our human bodies to eliminate moisture. Spice helps with that, as you can see in Exhibit A.
Look at my face. Fun fact, Hunan people didn't really start eating chili pepper all the way until Qing Dynasty.
Really?
Chili pepper is like a totally foreign species to China.
After doing some research, I've learned that chili pepper first arrived in China in the late 16th century via Portuguese and Dutch navigators who brought chili peppers back from the Americas to trade in Southeast Asia. From there, it was brought to China. So you're telling me that Hunan food and Sichuan food was not always spicy?
It was not always like this.
And in terms of the spice, it is very different from the Sichuan style of spice, which is more like numbing.
Well, in Hunan, you don't find anything that's numbing because we don't really use that peppercorn.
What I'm seeing is a lot of fresh chili. Like on all of our dishes here, you see these bursts of like bright red.
This one is actually a very good dish to go with the rice. So
What is that? Is that pork?
No, it's not pork. It is river snail meat.
Like those little pieces are individual river snail?
Yeah, those are river snail flesh.
Or is it like, has it been blended?
No, it has not.
Someone has gone and taken little tiny snails
Yeah.
and taken that tiny little piece of meat out of that tiny snail. And you're telling me this dish was like under 30 renminbi.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder
Well,
how they get out all the flesh. I hope there's a machine for it because that would be a lot of handwork.
Handwork. Voila.
Thank you. Look, every single one of those little pebbles is an individual piece of river snail meat. But this isn't the only variety of river food you'll find in Hunan.
In Hunan, they have 4 big rivers here, Xiang, Ziyuan, and Li. And all of these 4 rivers goes into Lake Dongting, which connects directly to the Yangtze River. Yeah, that's why river food is a big thing here in Hunan.
Salty, umami, garlicky again. I really like the texture of that river snail. It's like slightly tough. It goes perfectly with rice. I didn't think we'd make it, but we are almost at the bottom of our pot of rice.
Eating these kind of dish, it can easily make me eating like probably 2 or 3 or 4 bowls of rice.
Oh yeah.
Not really good for health, by the way.
Yeah, probably don't come to Hunan if you're trying to cut down on carbs, if you're doing the keto diet. Don't come to Hunan. Yeah. Next up, we're trying this one. It's called 酸菜炒粉皮, pickled vegetable fried rice noodles.
This dish is not only spicy, but also sour.
Hunan Food 101 Lesson 4. Hunan food is not only spicy and salty, but also sour, and the cuisine features a lot of pickles as well as vinegar. Why sour? Like, I understand why spicy because of the temperature, but is sour like in that field as well?
You know, when you have a hot and humid weather in the summer, well, vegetables and these kind of stuff, they can't stay there very long. So what do? You pickle them.
I love how geographical influences can really influence a cuisine, and because of literally the geography and the weather here in Hunan province, you've got spicy dishes, you've got sour dishes, so I'm really excited to try this. Oh, that's so good. It reminds me a little, oh, that's spicy. It must be a struggle having family from Hunan or even living in Hunan and not being able to really deal with those spice levels. Like,
I had 2 choices, either to bite the bullet or to cook by myself.
this one is actually so spicy, I started eating it with that rice. Carbs on carbs on carbs. That's what I'm talking about. I really, really like this. It's a really nice combination of that heat with the sourness from those pickled radishes, saltiness, also quite garlicky as well. I feel like there's just so much flavor in this, but they all complement each other quite well. Like, for example, if I'm in a noisy environment, like a noisy restaurant, I've got to raise my own voice to have a conversation, but we can always still hear each other.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with flavors. If you had only that chili at that level and everything else was bland, it would be too crazy.
No,
so the other flavors have to raise their voices to be heard, so everything is just flavor levels 159%.
Yep.
But it really works because everything is in balance. Now I'm really starting to understand what Peter said earlier.
Hunan food is everything. Yeah, everything is like yelling, I'm here.
Yep, it yells all right.
Chili rush.
Yeah, well, it just hits you sometimes at random times. I know there's going to be someone in the comments like, the best thing to have for spicy food is milk. We're 2 lactose intolerants here, so
Yeah, water and mango.
I probably could go for something like coconut milk. Or oil. Someone also recommended to me, oh, what you should eat when you have spicy food is oil because it coats your stomach. What am I going to do? Just like scull a cup of canola oil?
No, that's not. No, thank you.
So we won't be drinking oil today, but we will be visiting a second restaurant to order some other dishes that weren't on offer at restaurant number 1. And Peter, of course, has come prepared for round 2.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry. So we're getting a 2-color 剁椒鱼头.
I'm so excited about that. This dish is a Hunan classic featuring lots of chopped chili and 1 massive fish head. Actually, when I was in Australia eating Hunan food with my parents, pretty much for my first time, I was really keen to try this dish, the 剁椒鱼头. It's like literally just a massive fish head, but because of like in Australia, they don't have this specific fish, so they substituted the fish head with the whole barramundi, which was still delicious, but I'm excited to finally get to try the famous fish head. What is this fish and why is its head so big?
Well, this fish is actually called a big-headed carp, and then it is pretty much special to this region.
And why just the head? Why not the rest of the fish?
Well, because this fish actually has like a big head and small body, and
what an awkward fish just like swimming through the ocean.
I mean, you can just Google the picture and just put it like right here.
Right on my face. I can't help but notice how much chili is on it. We've got red fresh chili. We have green. Is this chili as well, the green side?
Yes, but this one is pickled chili. So these 2 are called 剁椒. So 剁 means to chop, so chopped chilies.
And this 剁椒 chopped chili is a huge feature of Hunan cuisine. Make that lesson 5, guys. So how do we eat this? Like, I'm assuming we eat it with rice because it's got all that chili, like...
You're so wrong.
Okay, well,
You're so wrong.
Please enlighten me.
First, we're gonna finish off the fish, and then with all the sauce here, do you have an idea what we are gonna do with this sauce?
Take shots?
That's so Australian.
Yeah, do a shui. Do you know what a shui is?
No, what is it?
It's when you put like a beer into your shoe and then you scull it. Yeah, it's a thing, it's a thing.
No.
So I can confirm doing a shui is not the traditional Hunan way of eating 剁椒鱼头. So we're following Peter's instructions and first just eating the fish. We're starting with the pickled chopped chili side first. I'm so gonna go. It's gonna start hitting you. Because I can feel it. If I can feel it, you will be definitely able to feel it. Get it going, get it going. They're actually quite spicy. But the fish is very tender.
It is. The fish tastes really good.
And that pickled chili is sour, but also quite salty. But now let's go in and try that fresh chili side. The flavor is very different. It's so the red chili side, it's more of like that fragrant, fresh, like chili taste, whereas the pickled side, it's a lot more salty. I feel like with this dish, you'd want to go like from one side to the other. And that's exactly what we did until we picked off every last skerrick of that fish meat.
So after we finish the fish,
Okay.
all the sauce left here will be a perfect company for noodles.
For noodles, nice.
Just like plain noodles, because the sauce is already very flavorful. If you just add noodle into it, it will be a perfect dish.
And I think it's also good because it's going to mix together the pickly side with the fresh side.
Yes,
so you're also getting
exactly.
like a lot of flavors like combining together. And I think that's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Bon appetit! Salty, juicy, sour, spicy, umami. As Peter would say, it's everything.
You got the point, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
And there's another aspect of Hunan food that I want to introduce while we're still here.
Okay.
So actually I've ordered another 2 dishes that they're right here.
Here's number 1. What's this one?
This one is 烟笋腊肉, so smoked bamboo stir-fried with cured meat.
Ooh, and this one here?
This one here is steamed smoked tofu.
So is what we're going for here like a smoky vibe?
Yes.
The last lesson of the day before class wraps up, Hunan food features a lot of cured and smoked foods. That tofu is so good. It's like a bacony tofu.
Smoky goodness, right?
I think when it comes to smoked things, like cured things, I've pretty much only tried cured meat.
In Hunan, people love like smoked or cured things. So like literally they can smoke or cure anything, like meat products, tofu, fish,
Wow.
like animal organs, pork, beef, chicken, duck.
Why?
I do think there's a geographical reason behind it. Because Hunan here, the weather is like so humid and then really hot in summer. People's tradition will be like slaughtering a pig during Chinese New Year. And then the meat will not be able to, you know, to be there for that long without going bad. So what do? Like you cure them. Yeah, like a piece of cured meat, if you just like hang it in the room or outside of the room, as long as you keep it dry, it can be good for ages.
Well, I'm a big fan of it. It definitely adds such a nice smoky taste. And talking of smoky taste, I'm very, very keen to try this other one here. When it arrived on the table, that smoky smell was super intense.
Oh, still very intense.
So this is the smoked bamboo.
Yes, smoked bamboo stir-fried with cured meat.
Oh my gosh, can we just go in and try some?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Go ahead, girl.
That's so smoky.
Probably in your face, kind of smoky.
Yeah, this one I have to insist I want with a little bit of rice. So I'm going in with what I think is my 6th or 7th bowl of rice today. When in Rome, guys, when in Rome.
This is like only the tip of the iceberg in this kind of smoked and cured food situation.
Okay.
And tomorrow I'm gonna take you to another city to really discover, you know, like a bigger picture of what it has to offer.
Awesome, so this is not the end of Peter and I's food adventure, it is the end of today's video. So make sure you tune in next week to see that vlog. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for meeting me here in Hunan.
You're welcome.
Here in Changcha, I've had the best food adventure today. I'm better with spice than you are, and my mouth is on fire, so I can only imagine what you're going through right now.
Well, I've been crying, like I'm spitting fire and all these, and you were like #sorry not sorry. Oh my gosh, she's so mean.
Yeah, so guys, the moral of this story is please give this video a like for Peter's effort, and you know what, press that subscribe button as well, and leave a comment. telling
Yeah.
Peter how well he's done today. So yeah, snaps for Peter, snaps for Peter.
Dankeschön.
Yeah, we will see you next week. Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.